When was the last time you cleaned out your sump? This thing is getting nasty. Listen, every couple months you gotta do a kind of overhaul on this whole thing, change the socks out, clean out that skimmer. The detritus is piling up. Jess, I got some coffee for you. Let's start the show. Welcome, everybody. Waterbox live at the new time.
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
I need to know, is this safe to drink?
Weird.
I don't know, Jess. Listen,
It is.
you might want to check that coffee.
It's happy hour.
I don't know.
I don't know. You're talking about coffee. I don't know. Yeah, so
I was
we're
looking
here
at that Skimmer collection cup and it was looking pretty nasty.
Oh, that's gross. So we get to clean it today. But yeah, 6 p.m., our new time. So we did a little survey, and what we found out was a lot of people said that the 12 o'clock time was not a good time for them to catch us. So we're trying 6 p.m.
Yeah, we're going to give this a shot because we did that survey and we're trying to see what people want changed.
Yep.
And there wasn't a whole lot of things that people want to change, but time was one of the biggest things.
main thing.
So
yeah.
we're trying
main
that
thing.
today for you guys.
So we are here for you tonight to do some
Yes, and
maintenance.
also for all the people that filled out the survey, we appreciate that. Your feedback is very important to us. So definitely. And then today we're talking about dirty word, maintenance.
Maintenance, yes. It is coming towards the end of summer.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting
favorite.
back into school. And honestly, usually over the summer, tanks get neglected a bit because you're busy, you got vacations, the kids are home, you got so much going on.
Yep.
Usually the tanks get a little bit, gross.
Neglected.
A little
Yeah,
neglected.
neglected.
Little
So
neglected.
it's kind of like end of summer, back to school maintenance time. And we're gonna show cleaning a sump, which is not something most people do often enough, but it's actually really important.
And most importantly, they said they like to see us get our hands dirty. So
Wow.
Yes.
that
They
was
wanna
one of the
find-
things that came back in the survey is they like
Yeah.
to see us, with our hands in the tank.
So
Very important.
the question is, when was the last time that you guys actually cleaned out your sump? I mean,
That's a really good question. I would love to know.
because I'm telling you, I guarantee it's not very often.
Yeah, post it in the comments.
Yeah.
I'd love to see.
Yeah, how many times you guys are cleaning out your sump? I mean, what happens is, right, so most of the time you guys are cleaning, you're doing the upstairs cleaning, right? But downstairs, you swap your socks out, but there's still a lot of detritus.
It does. So your sump naturally is going to
it's
kind of get grody. It gets detritus built up on the bottom of the different chambers of your sump. It just gets salt creep in there. Your pump gets kind of dirty. It just doesn't really get a lot of attention usually. So most people don't even think that I should clean my sump, or maybe my water change should be from my sump and clean that up. So.
Yeah. But we're going to show you how to do it today. Real simple. So let's go over to the tank. Let's not waste any more time. What do you say?
All right,
Yeah,
let's
let's
clean.
do it.
Let's roll. If you guys
I
have any
got you
questions,
guys on the comments. If you have any questions, comments, concerns,
Yes.
whatever it is, post it below.
Yeah, so guys, here is the shot. That's our 6-foot pro tank that you're looking at. If you're just joining us for the first time, it's a great tank,
We
by the
got
way.
Dustin here with us. We haven't seen him in a while.
Hey, Dustin.
Dustin is here.
Yeah, so this is our baby. This is our 6-foot out in our lobby. And this one we've had up for a while. It's one of our first big builds we did. This is the dream build.
Yeah, it is the dream
and, honestly, it's been a long time since we've cleaned our sump. I'm not going to lie. It is something that we
has
have
been
neglected.
A little neglected.
So we've come to do our diligent work on maintaining the tank. Everything is doing really great. Tank's super clean otherwise. But
Yeah,
as you can see, some dirty socks. We've got a dirty skimmer, salt creep, detritus. It's
Delicious.
Keena can get in there and show everybody how
Delicious.
dirty that thing is.
It
my
happens to
goodness.
all of us.
So you can also, the lights are turning down on the tank. It's getting kind of, later in the day. But you can see here, guys, look at how the water, so what happens is that micron sock is full. And the water level can't go through the sock anymore, so it has to go up over this baffle. And Waterbox does this purposely because if in case it does clog up, it won't overflow, right? So it's now rolling over into the second chamber. And even if that clogs, it's going to roll through these holes here as a precautionary.
Yeah,
So
it's a backup to where
Backup to a backup.
your socks were completely clogged, nothing could get through them. Your tank, the sump's not going to overflow. out of the sump. It's all
Right.
going to stay within the sump. Generally, we don't want your socks to get this clogged, but you know, on this tank, usually I try and change them twice a week, and I haven't this week, so they're clogged up, and it just kind of shows you how it does work out for that.
Yeah, but you can see how the lights are turning down, and that's with the hydras, man. It's all on the schedule. It's
Yes.
sick.
So the first thing you need to do, anytime you're going to do water change or maintenance on your tank, especially since we are going to be doing it on the sump, is we need to shut down the system. But before you do that, you want to make sure like your skimmer's unplugged, your ATO is unplugged. We're going to unplug the heaters as well because we're going to be emptying the sump. And then turning off the pump. So you want to make sure everything's unplugged so that when you start draining out water, you don't have equipment kicking on, running dry. Like heaters will actually break their glass if you let them heat up without being in the water.
Yeah.
So
I hit the ATO. I've already shut that off. I just pretty much just unplugged it, make it real simple.
okay.
So the ATO is off.
For our Vectra, we can just hit the power button on those. Those are super easy. Just hit power. That's going to shut itself down. And over here, I will unplug the heaters and skimmer. So system gets shut down. We'll leave the MP40s on, so the flow and everything still stays within the tank. We just need to focus on down here and all the equipment being down.
Yeah.
So
Now, dude, this is nasty, Jeff.
it's pretty gross. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It's kind of gross.
I think they should show the detritus. You know, what is detritus, right? We should talk about that. It's like all the uneaten food, right? Fish waste, what have you. You can see it that kind of collects here down on the bottom, and you can see even on top of the pump. You see how it's just like a film, right? It's just nasty.
Yeah, it's just general dirt that's getting caught in your sump. And, you know, there's just generally dead spots in a sump where it's going to collect. And that's why every so often you do want to come down here and actually do your water change and siphon out your sump, kind of just clean everything up. Salt creep naturally happens anywhere water's going, so you can clean that up as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Cameron says that's the cleanest dirty sump ever.
Whoa.
It's not as dirty
I
as
guess
we
it could
think.
be a lot worse. I've had
So
my
we
own
need-
personal sumps that were way worse than
Yeah.
this, but
So what we're going to do, because it's very difficult, right, to literally drain the water out of the sump, because usually we do a siphon, right?
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to use a shop vac, and we're going to come in there and we're just going to suck the water and that detritus right out through the shop vac.
yeah, a shop vac is your friend
Yeah.
for doing sumps and cleaning that kind of stuff up. What we're going to do is, because we want to take the skimmer cup out and also the filter sponge that is in here, is we're going to take some of the water from the sump, put it into a 5-gallon bucket so that we can actually clean the sponge and the skimmer cup right here.
Okay.
And then we'll be able to shop vac the rest of it out. We're going to clean out the filter socks and all that. So we're going to pump out some water real quick first so that we can clean the skimmer. And there is a big filter sponge right here, and that does get caught up with a lot of debris and stuff. So you do want to clean that regularly, and that needs a good cleaning as well. So
Ian, Ocean State Aquatic says that aquarium needs some fresh socks.
You're right. It does need fresh socks, and we've got the fresh socks right here. So we're going to put some fresh socks on this bad boy.
I feel like that's the gene
It's
difference,
the
man.
difference. Listen, you got dirty socks over there.
Yeah. Let me
Listen,
get you
man.
some fresh socks.
I think Dirty
Get some
Mike
fresh
is
socks.
probably watching.
All right, will you hold that in place for me?
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so I'm gonna plug this in real quick. We're just gonna take like 3 gallons out just so I can clean stuff in that bucket before you start shop vacuuming.
Yeah,
water
now
out
if
of the
you've
sump
never
itself.
had use the word, smell-o-vision, right? If you take a whiff of what is in that skimmer cup, dude.
Well, we're very lucky. We're gonna share it with our whole office right now.
So
Everyone
if
will
I
get to
gag
smell it.
live here on video,
Or
Oh,
worse.
this is going to be epic. Yeah, or worse, than I just lose it all over this floor.
I've always said
This is going to be a problem.
I do love the
my
Nio
God.
skimmers. They're great skimmers. They work really well. And I always used
Yeah.
to tell people, like, if your skimmer doesn't stink and make you want to throw up when you change it, like, clean it out. It's obviously not working well enough.
Wow.
And I would say these skimmers are always
dude.
absolutely disgusting when we change
This
them.
skimmer can pull out some stuff.
It's
I mean,
gross.
it's
nasty.
it can pull it out. How much do you want to put in this bucket, Jeff? Half full? What do you want? Fill it up?
Yeah, maybe like half to 2/3, just because I want to be able to get that sponge in there and clean it out as well. Because filter sponges like that in your sump are very similar to like filter socks. If you don't take them out and clean them, it's just holding a lot of dirt and bad stuff in it.
Yeah.
So you do want to clean those almost as regularly, because they do catch a lot of stuff, and it's just kind of sitting in your system if you don't change it out and clean it. So one of the things people don't look about it.
Atlantic Aquariums is asking just how long has it been since the last sump maintenance? Have we ever done it?
I don't. No, actually,
Okay, you get it.
I want to say maybe like, I don't know, 6 months ago, we did clean it out a little bit whenever we were adding a reactor and like changed out we just changed our model of skimmer. We may have cleaned it like slightly, but it wasn't thorough. It wasn't like a major clean out.
So this is maybe an every 6 months kind of ordeal.
Yeah, I would say on your home aquarium, if you had to do it, I would say like every 6 months, you know, make this where your water change happens and just spend a little extra time and do it here with this. That'll be for the trash can of water that's over there. Yep. And yeah, every 6 months if you can do it, that would be great. It's the same when you have like a cube or an all-in-one, the back chambers. You want to clean those out every like 6 months too. So.
Okay, so what's first, Jess? So we got water in the bucket.
Water in the bucket. We're gonna take this, I'm just gonna take the sponge out of here because that's gonna end up getting cleaned before the skimmer makes this water disgusting.
Now, there's a lot of good bacteria on that sponge.
Yes, there is, and that's part of the reason why I'm choosing to, instead of just taking it to the sink and rinsing it, is to use some of the tank water, is because there is a lot of good bacteria in a large system that's well established. It wouldn't necessarily matter, probably not, but you can see like just dirt and just general like tunicates and sponges and just kind of stuff that clogs up these filter sponges is in here. So we're gonna clean those out and just get the general debris out of it, but even just dumping it in the water, it's like starting to like all this gunk coming out of it. This sponge has not been cleaned as regularly as it should be.
Delicious.
Trucker Tammy says hashtag dirty box.
Oh, oh my God. Oh my God. Here we go.
All right, and then
Share the stream, everybody, man. Listen, comment. We're trying to educate a little bit.
Yeah.
New time today. We've been live at 12 p.m. for how long, Dean? Over a year?
Hey, over a
It's
year.
been our
Today is the
time.
first day that we did it later in the afternoon, 6 p.m.
Yeah.
And it feels kind of weird.
it is very
A little
weird.
odd.
You take out of that sock just in case people.
So this is our filter media. This is actually our max out that we use. So I had that in the filter sock as our filtration media. It's got great carbon and phosphate remover and all that stuff in it. But we'll put that back in when we put a new sock in. Just take that out for the moment. Do you have a bucket?
Dude, now look at that. Nope. Hold on. Let me get your bucket. Hold on.
If you guys have any
So-
questions, post them below. I'll do my best, absolute best to get to them. Colin Bissey says, do you guys know when the Marine 70.3 will be back in stock? Can't wait to place my order. Colin, what I have for you is I say place the order now because we have inventory coming in all the time. And you want to make sure that you get your tank allocated.
Yeah.
Now look at the
These are
difference.
nasty.
Now this is a sock that you've cleaned, right?
Yeah.
You've put in the washing machine.
Yeah, so we would put ours in the washing machine, but
Look
this
at it
is
before and after.
Yeah. This is like, this is roughly about a week for these filter socks. That's why I said try and change them 1 to 2 times per week because they do get kind of gross. And then this one also had a bag of Max Out in it. That came out. We'll put those back in. Some nasty, dirty socks.
Look
But
at that.
all
man.
that gunk is stuff that is catching out of your system.
We need some fresh socks.
You need some fresh, clean socks. But I'm going to leave these out. And what we want to do is kind of like wipe down the sump, salt creep. That way when we shock back, all that comes out.
Okay.
I'm just gonna move everything out of the way.
Okay.
And then
The skimmer.
the skimmer lid. Yeah, we'll just move everything out of here.
Be careful, Jess.
I'm not gonna, if I spill this,
Don't spill it. Whatever you do.
don't spill it.
Casey says, how often will you need to change
I'm gonna
the
move
skimmer
this.
cup to prevent the stink? I'm going to go right into that one and say you can't prevent the stink of whatever goes into that skimmer cup. But you
No,
can't really
like, that's
smell it
just-
when the skimmer's, you know, closed up.
Nope, yep, just got a whiff. All right. No.
Oh God. All right, I'm gonna gag.
Yeah,
Oh my
you
God.
can't. If
Okay.
you've got a well-running, if you have
Skim
a
8
well-running
challenge.
propane skimmer, you can't avoid the smell
Yeah.
because it's taking out basically fish waste, poop, all that bad stuff, decaying food. So it's going to stink either way. So we need to kind of wipe off the salt creep and scrub the sump. And we get like a little filter pad
Wow. Look
and
at
just
this.
clean that up, and then we can vacuum it out.
God, dude, I'm telling you, the aroma is getting to me right now. I mean, it's nasty.
Dustin says, what product are you guys using for carbon and phosphate removal?
We use Max Out Pro.
Max Out
Yeah.
Pro, and
Max
And what's
Out
funny
Pro.
about that is Chris Kaz just said max out.
Max
that's
Out.
right, baby.
So we're using Max Out Pro on this tank.
It's got all the goodies you need. It's got carbon, phosphate remover. It takes out all the organics and impurities, discolorations of the water. We use them in all our tanks and love it. So
So for those of you just joining us, these guys are cleaning out our dirty sump.
Yeah, so
It's
this
been
it
6
doesn't
months
have
since
to
we've done this.
be, yeah, it doesn't have to be beautiful,
Yeah.
but just a quick wipe down because we're gonna siphon all this out. Like I said, salt creep can go in because you're gonna. Usually you would not knock your salt creep in like when your system's running, but since we're going to be shot backing this whole thing, it doesn't matter because you don't want to put that crusty salt back in.
You smell like Keenan? Come on, man.
Dude, and I
Listen,
opened
it's-
that cup for like
Oh my
4
God.
seconds. Like that's not even.
Yeah.
Trucker Tammy says delicious.
Oh yeah. Listen, have you heard about the Skimmate challenge, everybody?
Oh god! If you haven't, Google it and
do
you
yourself
can,
a favor and Google it, and
Oh my
then
God.
never do it.
Never do it.
Yeah.
You're gonna die.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know how there haven't been any fatalities from that thing.
Yeah,
So I'm
that's
just kind of
not-
wiping down the inside of the skimmer, just kind of all the surfaces, just a quick clean up. Like I said, it's your sump. It doesn't have to be absolutely spotless, but
But it's also
if you're
remember,
gonna clean it, you're gonna clean it. You know.
I mean, this sump, it holds a lot of water. So when we drain this down, you make sure you have your salt water already ready, prepared. We already have it in a vat, heated, salted to the right salinity. And it's going to go right back in. So
Yeah.
we'll drain this down and pretty much just fill it back up.
Jess, this is a common question that we get. What do you use to clean your filter socks with? Is it better to turn them inside out to clean them?
A lot of times filter socks you can't turn them inside out because of the rim that's on the top and there's usually a handle in the middle, so a lot of times you can't. If you can, go for it. So our method is that they go home and they go in the washing machine with a couple rounds on rinse. You can use bleach. If you want to kind of whiten them up and extra clean them, just make sure you do go through enough rinses on them and then let them air dry in between. You can also take a pressure washer, you can take a hose, kind of all those things and clean them as well. But it's just easier. I take them home and throw them in the washing machine.
So also for the people that are just joining us, this is the Pro 230, right? From Waterbox, a 6-foot model that we've got here in our lobby. The sump, you can actually see the sump design in it. It does have a removable refugium plate, which we're not using, but you can use it for people who want to have a refugium.
Dean, why aren't we using it?
Actually, we put a larger skimmer in this model.
Okay, yeah, so we upgraded the skimmer.
We upgraded the skimmer, so
Yes, so this model, if you don't use a refugium plate, you can fit the NIOS 220. And we chose that we wanted a bigger skimmer over the refugium.
Yeah.
You can fit the NIOS 160 in here if you have the refugium plate.
sure.
But we wanted to go with the bigger skimmer and go kind of simplified that way.
Yeah.
But you can see, okay, so I scrubbed down all the inside walls of the sump, kind of got kicked back a lot of stuff, cleaned out the skimmer a little bit so you can see it's a little bit murkier. We made it even grosser.
Yeah.
It's not a word, but
it's all good.
going with
It's
it.
all good.
That's all right.
So
There's a lot of
now-
words that aren't words that come out on
it's
Waterbox
okay.
Live.
it's still grosser now, but
Are we ready for the shot back?
we're ready for the shot back.
Michael Schrader,
And-
real quick, Dean, says,
Yeah.
where can I get those max out products? Because Dustin says he's never heard of it. He wants to know where he can get them.
You're missing out. You need the max
It
out.
will be on Waterbox very, very soon. Don't
Yeah,
you
so
worry.
it'll be available on our website. I think you can also get it from OSA, which is Ocean State Aquatic.
And then maxoutaquatics.com.
Yes, maxoutaquatics.com.
Direct on there. So what you're gonna do is while you shot back this, I'm gonna actually like clean the sponge and the skimmer top and all that stuff.
Okay.
So
Oh my God.
have
All
fun.
right, I'm going to mute my mic just so it doesn't get too loud. Is that okay?
I was gonna pick it up everywhere else, but that's fine.
Okay.
Might be a little
It
less
doesn't
loud.
matter. It's very loud.
Yeah.
Rich will be able to talk to you guys.
There you go. We're gonna do.
Oh, I got the power.
Yeah, I need to plug it in. Hold on, hold on.
Give me some juice.
Need some power. All right, ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go.
So if you guys can hear me, for those of you just joining in, these guys are cleaning out the sump on our Pro 220.6. Something you don't have to do all the time, but maybe every 6 months or so, you get in there and clean out the tires, clean the socks, clean the glass. It's going to help with nutrient buildup. It's just going to make sure your system is always very clean.
Oh God.
We're full. All right.
All right, and it goes in reverse and shoots the water out when it's full.
All right.
Okay, last time we
This
did
is
the
what I love about live.
This is live TV. This is what is so great.
I believe last time we did the shot back on our live show, emptying
Yeah.
the 100.
Yeah, you had it the wrong way.
Had the wrong way. It was a disaster.
Yeah.
too.
Well, now we got Sump juice all over the floor. All right.
All right, some
Great.
juice in the lobby.
Okay.
All right.
Oh my God.
You need help picking that up?
No, I'm gonna have to take this outside real quick.
Okay.
Oh God.
So this is, for those of you watching, this is what you don't want to happen inside your
Yeah, make
house.
sure-
Because your wife probably
Oh
will
my
not.
God.
Well, the thing is, if this happens in your house, like no one's watching. Like you
Yeah,
don't
that's
even know if
true.
you just clean it up and go about your life.
Yeah,
and
we
no
have
one
about
even
200
knows.
people watching us, so
Oh my God.
there's...
Maybe thousands of people get to see this happen
Hold on.
later. All right.
All right, Rich, it's all you.
Okay. Throw a towel down. Save our floors a little bit. So I'll clean some sponges, I guess. So I'm just cleaning this one in the bucket, like I said, so that any good bacteria and stuff that's on it, the sponges and stuff don't die. But it doesn't have to be like super well. You can, if you want to thoroughly wash these, actually throw it in like your filter socks and wash it in your washing machine and get it even cleaner. But you can see that went from clear water to this with just some simple cleaning. But it'll be just enough to where it doesn't clog up, because if you let it get too dirty, it's going to restrict the flow going through to your pump chamber and
Yeah,
stuff
it's a
like
simple
that.
thing that you want to clean out every once in a while, right? Just because it'll also start, put nutrients back into your
It
system.
does, and like I said, it's like a filter sock. It holds dirt and all that bad stuff. So honestly, what your best bet would be is every time you do a water change, when you take the water out, take this out, rinse it. I mean,
Right.
if you do it in a kind of a routine for that, it's pretty easy. I'm just going to throw that.
A common question we have with
Here.
that particular sponge too, Jess, is do they need to keep it in the aquarium?
You don't.
Right.
You don't have to have it in your sump. I would say if you don't have one, you have more chance of possibly, like if your skimmer has micro bubbles, that the micro bubbles are going to come and get sucked up to your pump. So it is a good preventative for micro bubbles. Also, if something happened to get down into your sump, it wouldn't make its way all the way to your pump and possibly clog it. If you don't want to use that one here, like even a regular filter pad or something less dense would work too. And then we have our shot vac.
Golly, I mean, I'm telling you guys, if you had.
oh my God, you
Oh
made
my
a
God.
mess.
Dude, listen. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Well, that sump
All right, let's
holds a
try
lot
this
more
again.
water than the thing can.
All right, you're going back to
I'm
that.
not quite sure why it started evacuating water.
I don't think it's supposed to do
I don't
that.
think it's supposed to do that.
I don't. I think it went into reverse mode for no reason. All right, y'all do that.
Oh my God. Here we go. Yeah, watch out. Watch out. Actually, I think it's full. Again, almost. Let's just double check.
Dean, you're getting your hands dirty
Oh
today,
my
man.
goodness, dude, today,
I know, I'm making them do the hard work.
real deal. Oh yeah, look at that.
All right, another dump.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Our viewers have spoken. They don't like us just hanging out in the nice, cool studio. They want us to get our
you don't
hands
like me in the-
dirty.
They like us to half
And they want us to do it
flood.
later in the day.
Yeah, they like us to half flood our lobby with dirty sump water and gag
is-
on skimmer funk and
This
all
is
that
what they
stuff.
want, Jess. You
Well,
gotta give them
while
what
you
they
do
want.
that, I guess I'll clean a skimmer and
Oh my God.
try not to vomit. It's fantastic. This place, the whole floor. All right, so
This is your favorite thing to
Huh?
do, right, Jess? Is clean the skimmer, right?
I'm very excited that I am the nominated one to clean all of our protein skimmers here, because it is fantastic. But usually I do it outside, and I
Ooh,
keep
yeah, I
you
can
guys
smell that
from
from
having
back
to
here.
smell
I'm a
it.
solid 10 feet away and I can smell
All right,
that
this
thing.
is disgusting. So usually I do this outside, but I'm going to let everyone in this office enjoy all of what I get to do regularly with our protein skimmers. Like I said, if
Oh my God. I'm going to step further away.
all right, Rich is out. He left us. Like I said, if your protein skimmer does not stink when you clean it, then it obviously is probably not dialed in correctly or work well enough. So hey, it's just part of having an aquarium. Not much you can do about it.
You're right in the danger zone, Jess. I'm feeling sorry for you right now. 'Cause
I've been cleaning skimmers for like, I don't even
You're
know
used
how
to
many
it?
years. It doesn't even
Kind of?
matter. I've cleaned skimmers that are like 10 foot wide. The collection cup is as big as me. It doesn't matter.
Oh, man. Dude,
It just
I hope
doesn't.
people are getting the value out of this. I really do. Oh my God. Okay.
All right.
Paul says he can taste and smell
Oh,
it from
dude,
here.
you can smell the air right
Yeah,
now.
I can definitely taste it.
As soon as I walked in from, oh man, it was
All right,
bad.
that's
All right, hold
clean.
on. I got a little bit more to suck up here. Hold on one second. All right, here, I'm gonna mute now.
That's really bad.
So our entire office now smells like a collection cup, so that's great. Yeah, Michael, you're right. Feed heavier, heavier, you know, to get your nutrient levels up.
Good? All right, look at that. Look at that nice
Come
looking
on.
sump. All right, our lobby is destroyed. Absolutely destroyed.
It's like a wedge.
Oh, dude, it's so bad right now. So bad.
All right, this is why people don't usually just clean their sumps, because it's a lot more work than a regular water
Listen,
change.
mad props, dude, for the service companies that are out there.
They do this every
The
day.
retail stores that provide service for your aquarium. Dude, it's worth every penny.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
So
Give them some love.
I have a fantastic comment here, and
Yeah.
for those of you guys that have watched the cube battle, Tammy says that she's got so many compliments on her aggressive crab T-shirt that people love it.
Really?
So I may have lost the competition, but people love the aggressive crab T-shirt. Okay.
Wow.
Man, no love for our shirts. All right, that's cool. That's cool.
Okay.
Okay, now
So
it's
now-
time. Put the sponge back into place. We can put the skimmer lid back on.
The only thing I want to do just real quick is I want to take, wipe that top of that pump down just a little bit. Just
He's
as-
getting all perfectionist
I'm
on
getting all
us here,
professional.
huh?
Listen, if we're going through all this trouble.
Make it perfect.
Make it real pretty. There we go.
I will say, anytime you do maintenance on a tank, Dean, you do make a mess.
Dude,
Beyond
I
belief.
get
It
water
doesn't matter
everywhere.
what tank it is. You can tell if you've been near a tank, and it is true on this one
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's so true.
He's not as delicate as you.
Dude,
Messing with the
seriously,
tank.
there's a tank in the office, and I'll look, and there's like a water stream somewhere. I was like, Dean, have you touched this tank?
It's water
He leaves
everywhere.
a trail.
He does. The trail
Oh
of
my God.
disaster. Water everywhere.
All right, here we go.
All right. All right, so skimmer lid back on, and now we can just pump and fill the sump back up.
Yeah, so I said this is once every 6 months you're doing this. So
And this is why, because it's
yeah,
more work than the average water change, I would say.
some fresh socks. I know Chris likes fresh socks.
What socks are those and what size?
7-inch.
7-inch, the 225 micron. There might be a 100 micron in there too, but
On mute.
Nope. No, I'm good. Ah! Okay. No, we're good.
all right.
Okay.
So yeah, those are the regular felt Waterbox filter socks, 7-inch. We mix between the 225 micron and the 100 micron. The 100 micron, the smaller pole size, is going to catch more stuff, so it will clog faster, but it's great for polishing the water. They're really good to throw in like after you've done a water change and you've stirred up a lot of stuff. 100 micron are going to polish your water and clean it up a lot faster. We do also have mesh ones, and that's what come with it. Those are going to catch larger particles. So kind of using them depending on what you need them for.
Wow.
All of them are really valuable.
We're getting one step closer, Jess.
All right, this.
One step closer. Here we go.
Get you a hose clamp.
Fill it up.
And we can fill something back up. Power system back on.
Clamp.
I don't, but
okay.
I will grab one.
I'll hold it.
We have them.
Here we go. Boom. We're filling it back up.
What kind of water are you putting back in there?
So we have salted RO water, right? So we have RO unit. We earlier, was it yesterday? I think you pulled it over.
Yep,
started
last night I
salting it.
started mixing it. We fine-tuned the salinity level today. We keep our tanks at 1025 salinity.
Dustin's asking what you keep the magnesium out calcium in this tank.
I mean, generally with alkalinity, we're aiming for, between 9 and 10 is a good balance range. For magnesium, usually 13 to 1500, and calcium like 420 to 480.
Okay.
Anywhere in that range is like a pretty solid spot to be at. Since it's not like an SPS dominated tank, we don't have to keep it like to the complete precise number constantly with it being a mixed reef, but within that range, everything's happy.
So we're filling her back up.
So we got socks changed, skimmer cleaned, sponge.
Dude, the whole 9 yards. Plus, now this water is heated, right? So we already had a heater in there to make sure the temperature is the same.
Yes.
The salt level is the same. It's just nice, clean water. So, as I said, instead of me draining down this tank, filling it back up, I just did it through the bottom filtration system. It's real easy.
So did anybody on there comment of how often they clean their sump? Does anyone clean their sump?
Yeah,
I feel
guys,
that
if
most
you guys,
people don't.
I'd love to hear, we asked this earlier, how often do you guys clean your sump, or do you even clean your sump?
Did you even know that was a
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah,
Because I
is
have a
it
lot
a-
of people like, what? Clean my sump? And
Yeah.
Why
they
would I
never
do
really-
that?
Yeah, so something that kind of you don't pay attention to, but it's really nice. Like this sump's gonna look so clean and nice for another,
Oh, man.
6 months, and then we can do it again and just keep everything real,
Yep.
real clean and good.
And we took the doors off just for the show today.
Easier in and out.
Just
You
easier
could
for
do
you
that
see.
too to make it easier to get in there.
Yeah.
And, maintenance the
Yeah, the
sump.
hinges just pop off real easy.
Yeah, a lot of our stores do pop off on and off really, really easily. Especially if you need to get all the way to the back and wipe everything down, it's gonna make it a lot
Yeah,
easier.
absolutely.
Mike says he cleans his sump twice a year.
Okay.
Twice a
All
year.
right, yeah.
Dustin every few months.
He's dedicated.
Now some of these sumps are fancy too. Like I've seen them like get all tricked out with like
Well, it's
crazy
true. Like,
stuff.
I've seen a lot of people, especially in our user group on Facebook. We have a great group on there, our official group. And I mean, some people make their sump just as fancy and like colorful
Yeah,
and coordinated and organized as their display.
Yeah.
Maybe keep the doors off.
They keep,
Yeah,
they keep
yeah.
the door off
Keep the
because
doors
it's
off.
it's just as pretty, and they are very religious about cleaning the sump because it is practically like another display for them. Especially if you do a refugium, you can make refugiums really, really nice looking.
Julian
so
says he never cleans his sump.
it's time.
Time to clean the sump, Julian. Get in there,
I
get
feel
your
that
hands
day
dirty.
change after today.
Yeah, it'll help you
Oh
with
my
those
goodness.
nutrient levels. It'll just keep everything nice and clean. These are closed
Yeah.
systems, so you want to make sure they're.
Yeah,
They're
anywhere in the
detailed.
system that there's dirt and things just sitting there is going to affect the system,
I would
not
think
just the main display.
if you had a high nitrate level, I would point to the sump.
Yeah, if you had like a lot of sponges and things down there that hadn't been cleaned, your filter socks aren't being changed regularly.
Yeah.
Things like that people don't think about. They are like nutrient like sinkholes. And especially if you have like in certain areas, it's just like a big layer of detritus.
Yeah.
It's just breaking down and getting funky. So that can definitely contribute to part of your nitrate levels. Generally, not overfeeding and good water changes are going to be.
Tom
good ones
wins
too.
it. He says he cleans his sump 4 times a year.
Oh, come on now. Every
Wow.
quarter. once
Chris
a
says it's
quarter.
been 7 months.
Dang.
Steven, I'm sorry. Steven wins. He cleans it every month.
Ah.
That's commitment.
Man, that's
That is
commitment level right there.
You must have one of those beautiful fancy sumps because that sounds like
Yeah,
one of
that's a lot
those
of work.
display type
I get
sumps.
this question twice. What and how often do you dose?
It just kind of depends. We aim for like every 2 weeks doing a water change, which I think puts a lot of it back in. But once or twice a week, we usually have to add a little bit like alkalinity and calcium. Magnesium doesn't get used up too much because it's not an SPS system. And then we've used a couple different products for dosing, kind of what we need. But I'd say for a while, test it like once a week and dose accordingly until you get like a routine with it.
Also, guys, this is the Nios Quantum skimmer that you're looking at. This is the 220 model. This thing's a beast. I mean, total beast mode.
It's huge. Yeah.
It thing rips out junk out of the water. Like, it's incredible.
They're really quiet skimmers
Very
too.
quiet,
I do appreciate
easy to
that.
dial in. We really set it and forget it like a rotisserie chicken. I mean,
Oh my god.
serious, man.
That was that's a good
spit
one.
out his
I need to
water.
write that one down.
Man. Set it and forget it, man. Just this is what, the infomercials, Just set it and forget it.
Like a rotisserie
Like a rotisserie chicken, man.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, everything is just really, we're just real big fans of the Nios products. I mean, it's just strong all the way around.
Yeah,
Really,
we
really
use the
strong.
skimmers and the power heads on all of our tanks, and the Viper for our smaller marine series and stuff are great pumps for those. From big boys, you need those Vectra pumps.
Yeah.
But
So what we're looking for too now, as I'm filling this back up, we're looking at this pump chamber. The height in this pump chamber here is where I need it to be. So that's how I know when I'm going to stop.
and you have to fill it up a little bit higher whenever you're
Yeah.
filling it because of a little bit of backflow from the tank. But
Right, so where the sensor is on the ATO in the back here, that level is where I got to get that water level up to.
that's the
If
problem.
not, if I turn this on, it'll start sucking air. It'll bring that water level down really fast.
Yeah.
So the questions are flying in. I can't even keep up with them.
Okay.
Let's see here. What is your favorite brand of salt mix? What salt are we using on this 220.6?
We've used a mix of like Reef crystals, Fritz, kind of a little bit of all of those. We seem to have good results with that. Kind of depends, because I think Reef crystals has higher like levels. So if you need to bump them up a little bit, it's a good one. Fritz is a little bit more even with their numbers.
We use a mixture of Fritz and or Reef crystals on the tanks in the office.
Yeah.
A good tip came through. Make sure you turn off your heater
Yes.
Yes.
when you drain.
Make sure.
And we
The
did that
sump.
in the beginning. We turned off the heaters, the ATO, and Skimmer before we shut everything down. Because if you're draining your sump, your heaters will burn out. So usually when you're doing a water change from the top of the tank, you don't have to worry about that stuff. But the heaters, definitely if you're actually draining the sump
As an
itself.
example, Brett says he's broke his heater twice forgetting to unplug it when he drained the sump.
That stuff will crack quick because the glass gets really hot when it has no water to cool it down,
Yeah.
and then you fill it back up with the water, and it just cracks it.
Chris Kent says he feels guilty and he's going to do a water change tonight. So he's going to join us.
Are you
come
going to do
on,
it on
Chris.
your sump though, Chris?
Yeah, Chris, are you going to clean your sump? That's what
Or
we
are
got
you
to know.
just going to do a
Come
water
on.
change? Come on.
Ricky says he loves Nios products.
Make sure you put some fresh socks on it. Listen.
Get you some fresh socks, Chris.
So we're getting real close here, Jess, to the sensor. So
Okay. Yeah, well, you fill it like 1 or 2 inches a little bit higher than when it's running, so when you kick it on, because the water in the pipes and everything is going to break, and your water level in your tank, even though our tanks, they do have a check valve, so you don't have a lot of
Yeah.
backflow, you do have a little bit of backflow from the pipes and stuff. So we did drain it out a little bit more than the running level. But the nice thing about the Vectra is it does ramp up, so it does give you a couple minutes until it gets back to full speed, to where it would be running dry. And we will turn the pump on first, let that ramp up. Another thing is whenever you have your heaters and like you put them in here, we just put the water in, I'd let them sit for a couple minutes before you turn them on. So the glass temperature does equalize from being out of the water to water being put in. Just to be safe, the glass outer shell of a heater is very
Yeah.
sensitive,
That's
so
good.
it can
Good point.
crack pretty easily.
let's fire that pump up, Jess. Let's see what happens.
Let's go, Vectra.
So Muscle Fitness says he's on a waiting list for the 70.3. And he's curious when the next shipment's coming in. I'm not too in touch with that. Customer service would know
Yeah,
better.
you have
but
to email support at waterboxaquariums.com or give them a ring. Probably email might be a little bit easier, so they can look up your order number and everything, and they'll give you an idea on if we've got something in now and all that stuff. So
Yeah,
they've
so-
got that on lockdown as far as what's coming
timing.
in when.
Yeah, if I throw a number out there, it's probably going to be way off.
Yeah.
So Muscle, shoot an email over to support@waterboxaquariums.com. They'll get you hooked up with that information.
You know he likes it when you call him muscle.
All right, so we're gonna watch this as it starts
Well,
to
no, it's
fill.
on the setting. It's on the whole sunrise sunset setting, so it's kind of
Tank's
I'd
going to
have
sleep.
to-
Fish are going to sleep.
yeah.
It's their bedtime. So it's starting to run. Looks like we're a little bit low on water, so go and plug
Okay,
that
a
back
little more.
in.
Second. Okay, we got it. No worries. Here it comes. No more.
Yeah, so you need to bring that up to the ATO sensor. Because last thing you want is to not fill it enough, and then your ATO kicks on when you put it back in and
Right.
dumps all this fresh water in.
Cole says with the frag tanks being discontinued, will there be anything similar replacing it? Cole, what I can tell you is that I can't tell you that. But do keep an eye out because we are releasing new things all the time.
Yep.
And Keenan's taking a look at the frag tank. People like the frag tank.
Yeah, they like the frag.
So just keep your eyes peeled. That's all I can say.
Listen, the 24-inch frag right now, super hot.
Yeah, 24-inch frag right now is on 10%.
Yeah,
discount.
so actually, if you're looking to get into a frag system, we do have the Frag 45.2 is on sale.
That's a nice one because it's a 24 by 24 footprint, but you still have that shallow height to it. But it's a really nice footprint.
Yeah.
With the basically
For the width
cube
and the
shape.
depth of it, that height's actually real nice.
Yeah.
How are we looking on water, Jess? Keep going?
Still a little bit.
Still a little bit?
Yeah.
So guys, we're also using the Vectra return pump on this tank. Whisper quiet, you can ramp it up, multi-speeds, they have a feed mode. It's just, man,
Let me
dynamite.
kick the skimmer
return
back
pump.
on because that's going to take some water out of the sump too,
Yeah.
so we can fill it to the right level. Your skimmer may go crazy after a water change sometimes, so just don't be freaked out if it kind of bubbles over. Or
You
goes a
also
little
just
nuts.
had a nice little point you said about anytime you're putting a brand new set of Micron socks
Yes.
in, you should rinse them, you said?
Yes.
You should,
So clean your brand new socks before they go in. At least rinse them in your sink, tap water, or throw them into the wash.
don't put them in dry.
Yeah, if you put them in dry, your skimmer's probably going to lose its mind, probably for a good 24 or 48 hours, which none of us really want to deal with if we can avoid it. So go ahead and just rinse out those socks because it's like the manufacturing process has some residue on it, not harmful to tanks, but makes your skimmer go crazy. And that's
Dustin,
pretty
I
much
agree
any
with you.
sock.
Yeah. So are we good? You need some more, or how are we looking?
No, we're good.
We're good?
We're good. All right. And we'll turn the heater on in a couple minutes, and then our system is back and running with a clean sump and socks.
Yes, yes, yes.
And that was it.
All right, so
We
Not
made a
too
complete
bad.
disaster,
made it a little.
but the sump looks really good.
It looks good,
The office smells like Skimmer, and
but it's nice and clean.
yeah, like it does.
mean-
It looks so much better. Like everything looks
really
a lot
does.
cleaner.
We'll just wipe this
And I think it's
down.
one of those things where, like, you know, I think as the person with their aquarium just feels really satisfied after doing a nice cleanup of their
So
sump.
there's someone I have to give a shout out to
ahead.
because when we're live, I forget to do it nearly every single time. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
And he's watching right now, and it happens to be my son Evan. So
Hey, hi,
he
Evan.
loves watching Waterbox live, and unfortunately, sometimes I forget to say hello to him. So
I'm
Evan,
pretty sure my
hey
kids
buddy.
are watching right now too. They love the show, so.
Yeah, Evan, I know you're there watching on the TV. Love you. I'm giving you a shout out. I didn't forget this time.
Golly, Jess, I'm telling you.
So
Especially at 6 o'clock, I bet all of our kids are probably watching, and they're like, "Whoa!"
yeah, that's
it's
true.
actually a
Come on
new
now.
time.
Waterbox is
so.
closed right now, and that's our
Waterbox
commitment.
is technically closed
That's
right
commitment.
now.
That's true.
That's commitment to our
That's straight up
viewers now. Come
commitment.
on.
You guys
Everybody.
say you wanted later live. We're like, well, we're here. Let's do it. Yeah. So tank is looking great. Hopefully,
looks
gave some
awesome.
people some insight on why and how to clean your sump because it is
Yep.
pretty important, and most people don't think about
Yeah,
it.
that's good information.
Mm-hmm.
And after if you guys are just tuning in, or if you tuned in midway, after this stream cuts, go back. You can watch it afterwards.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, are you ready for Fish of the Week?
God.
Oh my God.
Was there a sound effect?
I don't know if there's a sound effect. Probably not.
Oh man,
So I picked everybody.
Oh, you
the
picked again.
Mono Argentina.
y'all just want to decide he should keep this category, which makes no sense.
This
why
is
he
my
keeps
category.
I
It.
figured you would have just overridden that, Jess.
I tried. He doesn't listen, to
Listen,
me.
this fish is awesome, guys. Why? Because it is a freshwater fish and a saltwater fish at the same time. Listen, juveniles
Crickets chirp.
are in freshwater, and as they mature, you can add salt to the water. It's like a brackish fish, and they can go full saltwater in their adult life.
Yeah.
Hot, dude. This is
Right.
a hot fish.
And yet again, a fish that most people will not or do not
Listen,
keep.
I don't know. I've
but,
seen
you know.
some big tanks with schools of these, and they just look really cool.
Yeah, I mean they're cool looking fish, so I mean I give you that, but I think you just like go and seek out the fish that most people can't keep, and there's fish of the week.
All right. Well, now it's time for
Oh, maybe? Yes.
maybe not.
I mean, you can go ahead and.
Okay, well, hold on. It's getting late. It's getting late. Are we ready, Keen?
It's happy hour here. at
It's happy
Waterbox.
hour. What's in this
Not
mug?
really. No,
what
I
is
got
in
water.
We'll never-
Where is my mug? That's the better question.
Fill up
we're-
this man's mug.
Get this man a new mug.
He left
this
his
man a
mug.
mug. Oh my goodness. But also, while we wait, this Friday,
Yes. Oh my God.
listen, Live Aquaria is sending us our first shipment of predator fish. Wow.
So Eel Island this Friday is actually going to be at 2 p.m. So it is
Yeah.
usually at 12. We're just going crazy this week, and nothing's even
Yeah,
right.
the times are all-
So we're doing it at 2 p.m. and we are getting our first fish shipment. Hand-picked fish from Live Aquaria.
Yep.
They've been taking care of our babies, giving us updates, and it's called Puffer Attack.
Puffer Attack.
So, needless to know, probably a few things that are going in there, but this is going to be really fun
Yeah.
to
We're
see
gonna
our
do it
first
live.
fish.
So
Yes.
live at 2 o'clock. So
You get to see us add them in. They're getting acclimated.
It's gonna be
I'm
awesome.
really, really excited to see some fish moving around that tank because that tank is awesome.
yes.
I have the questions ready, but I don't have the video.
That's okay.
Okay, so we are doing now Ask Jess,
Yes.
just live on the show.
Ask Jess.
Versus a little pre-recorded. So we got Ask Jess. We don't have the graphics or anything for it, but we did have some questions that came in.
Okay.
So
What are the questions? What is the question?
One.
Number 1.
we're on.
I have an established Waterbox Cube 20, which I'm running bare bottom. I'd like to know the best way to add sand if there are any issues I may come across.
Okay, so this one is one of the things we kind of talked about when we had our sand categories. Like some people do run bare bottom, but if you want to add sand after the fact, it just needs to be live sand. So make sure you pick a live sand to go in there, and it is going to be cloudy. So be prepared. Add the sand in there. Make sure it's not gonna you're not suffocating any corals. Kind of blow them off. And if you got filter socks, filter pads, whatever, change them a couple times a day. You can even do like a water change to bring out some of that like silt kind of stuff and stuff that's going to come in on the thing. It's not going to hurt anything.
Okay.
Your fish are going to be really mad at you. Your corals are going to be mad at you.
Yeah, they're gonna be upset.
But usually in about 24 hours, you keep everything changed and it's going to be good to go. So it's just going to be a few extra days of cleanup around the tank. But just don't add dry sand in there.
All right. And then question number 2.
Number 2.
I want my Frag 60 like your 80.4 with a very deep sand bed with mangroves. Did the mangroves do well, and were there any noticeable nutrient problems from the deep layer of sand?
It's a good
That's
question.
a great question.
It
Wow.
is, because we've talked about deep sand beds versus regular, and we did change it I don't know, a month or two ago when we did more rock nem based.
Right.
But we did have it mounted up to the back, probably a solid 7 inches towards
Yeah.
the back, and we planted the mangroves in there. And the mangroves did really well. They were very happy. They got enough light from the lights on the tank. They were growing and doing well with their new leaves and stuff. And I think with that, with the mangrove roots in there and keeping it pretty well aerated, that I don't think you would have a nutrient problem even long term with that. We only kept ours, I don't know, probably 6 months with the mangroves and the deep sand until we changed it up a little bit. But I think as long as you had something in there kind of aerating it and all that, it would be just fine. But
Wow.
yeah, if we didn't go kind of more rock nem based, we would have kept it that way.
Excellent. Excellent. And question number 3.
Whee!
I see you use Carib Sea live sand. What type did you use, and why that grain size?
Well, so for the most recent one would be our Eel Island. And we did the Bahama Oolite sand on that
love that
because
sand.
it is a very fine sand. It's not all the way down to sugar size, but it is very fine, and that is because we had the eels. And they are going to move around on the sand a lot. And also we have wrasses that are going to bury in there with our stock list that we're going to put in. So they need a very fine sand. In our other tanks here, we've used mostly Fiji pink, which is a little bit chunkier, but we don't have sand dwelling stuff in those.
Right.
Even though it's not very chunky, it still has a little bit bigger pieces than the other one. So we have actually both of those between our systems.
Great
here.
questions.
I am thrilled. I've dreamt of having a Hawaiian dragon eel or a dragon eel of any kind
Oh my
for a
goodness.
long time, and we finally get one.
Dude, it's coming.
It's going to be awesome.
It
It's
is.
going to be
It's-
sick.
This is gonna be the coolest like predator fish type tank in that I've ever seen. The rock work is amazing. The tank is beautiful. It's a 6-foot peninsula. Like you can't go wrong.
So guys, listen, this Friday, we got Live Aquaria sending us some awesome fish. So we're going to do that at 2 o'clock.
Yep.
Remember that. And then next week, Reefapalooza, California. We're going across the country,
Yep.
showing off some Waterbox.
So yeah, we'll be there from the 17th and 18th is Reefapalooza, California.
Yep.
So we will be there. Come see us if you're on the West Coast. I know we have people always asking, when are you
Yeah,
coming to the West
yeah,
Coast?
yeah.
Well, we're finally on our way.
I want to know something from the viewers today, too. If you like this new time at 6 p.m., say yes in the comments below, because we'd love to know how much you guys liked being able to get into the stream later.
Yeah.
I know 12 p.m. in the afternoon is not great for that many people, so say yes in the
I
comments
want
if
to hear
you
your
like
thoughts.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a long show, a little dirty, a little messy.
I'm wet. I'm stinky.
We still got to get some showers. Okay. Guys, we will see you on Friday. Thank you so much.
Yeah.